The old, decrepit bookstore on a quiet street had long been forgotten by most. One chilly autumn day, Rebecca, a young and curious woman with a fascination for the obscure and unusual, happened upon it. The shop's sign was faded, and its windows were clouded with age. Making it all the more intriguing, Rebecca pushed open the creaking door, and the scent of aged paper and leather-bound books enveloped her. She was drawn deeper into the shop, her fingers brushing over spines that seemed to whisper forgotten secrets. In the darkest corner of the store, she found a thick, leather-bound volume. Its cover was ornate, adorned with gilded designs, and its title was embossed in elegant, flowing letters, The Grimoire of Shadows. The moment Rebecca touched the book, a shiver ran down her spine. It seemed to radiate an unsettling aura, as if it held an ancient and malevolent presence. She hesitated for a moment, but the inexplicable force drawing her in was irresistible. "I'll take it," she said to the elderly shopkeeper, Mr. Archibald. He accepted her payment with a heavy heart, and his eyes carried a weight of knowledge that remained unspoken. "May you find what you seek," he murmured as Rebecca left the shop, the cursed book in her possession. That evening, curiosity got the better of her, and Rebecca opened the Grimoire of Shadows. The pages revealed incantations, rituals, and a forbidden knowledge that promised untold power. But it soon became evident that the book held a sinister, malevolent influence. As she read, the room darkened around her, and a sense of foreboding settled in the air. The book's presence grew stronger, and the room felt as if it was under the shadow of a malevolent entity. Weeks passed, and Rebecca began to experience a series of inexplicable occurrences. Lights flickered, whispers filled the silence of her home, and shadows danced in the corners of her vision. It was as if the Grimoire of Shadows had become a gateway for malevolent forces. Objects moved of their own accord, and strange figures, their forms shifting and indistinct, appeared in her periphery. Nightmares of ancient, malevolent entities tormented her sleep, and she could feel their baleful presence lurking just beyond her sight. Desperate for answers, Rebecca returned to the book, seeking a way to break the cursed influence it held over her life. The book seemed to taunt her, its pages shifting and changing to defy her attempts to unravel its secrets. Deep within its pages, she discovered a ritual that promised to free her from the book's grip. It required rare and dangerous components, including a lock of her own hair, a drop of blood, and a midnight incantation at a forgotten graveyard. Desperation and fear drove Rebecca to gather the necessary materials and set out to perform the ritual. It was a moonless night, the darkness oppressive. As she chanted the incantation, the earth beneath her trembled, and the air grew heavy with a malevolent presence. Just as she was about to complete the ritual, a ghastly figure manifested before her, its eyes hollow and filled with malice. It reached out, and its touch was cold as ice. Rebecca screamed as it enveloped her, pulling her into a nightmarish realm. When she awoke, she was no longer in the graveyard but in a nightmarish landscape of shadows and despair. It was a place of torment, where the damned were trapped for eternity. She had unwittingly unleashed the malevolent forces from the Grimoire of Shadows and was now imprisoned in a realm of her own making. Back in the physical world, the cursed book remained open, its pages filled with the dark knowledge that had brought about Rebecca's doom. The Grimoire of Shadows sat on the dusty shelf of Mr. Archibald's forgotten bookstore, waiting for its next victim. Years passed, and the shop became a notorious place, shrouded in tales of malevolent artifacts. Those who entered knew to avoid the cursed book that had caused so much suffering. The Grimoire of Shadows had become a legend, a dreaded relic, a malevolent force forever bound within its ancient pages. The bell above the door tinkled as a new customer entered, drawn by the sinister aura of the place. Their eyes fell upon the old, dusty book on the shelf, and a shiver ran down their spine. The cycle of misfortune and torment was about to begin anew.